Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Vanilla Heroes. Last episode we worked our butts off on getting this whole entire thing terraformed, and we still have a little bit left to do on this, but it's not something that I want to hop into today. I think I want to take it easy and not rush this thing so much that I end up hating it by the end of it. And I've got an idea of something that I want to get done to. At least get started today. It might take a couple episodes to get it finished, but once it's done, it'll definitely have been worth the effort. So the thing that we need to do to get started is, where are my pickaxes? Probably at the beginning, knowing my luck. Boom. Alright, so we've already got an efficiency 3 silk touch that we've been using. Efficiency 4 unbreaking will be helpful. Do we have any other silk touches? Actually, we don't need silk touch, so we just need to work on this. So if I do efficiency 4 unbreaking, fortune 2, we will need efficiency 4 again. What do we got here? We got efficiency 4, so we'll need that on that to make a perfect, except for it's fortune 2. Fortune 3 unbreaking. There we go. Do we have any other mendings? There we go. What is this? Silk touch, fortune. Silk touch mending, efficiency 4. Efficiency 4 unbreaking 3. So that will make one perfect one there. I thought I had more mending ones. Guess not. So we're gonna throw that onto here. That'll max that out except for mending. Efficiency 3 silk touch, so we'll need to do an efficiency 4, and do I have another efficiency 4 unbreaking in here? No, so we'll have to we'll need to put an efficiency 3 with it, and then efficiency 4 it to finish it off. So I think what that's missing is, that means there's 2 that need mending books. I should have some of those over here. There's 1 mending. And there's another mending. Alright, so what we're going to be doing today is actually beginning to start work on the Nether Hub. And with that starting, I don't really have a need for a beacon since most of that stuff is insta-mine. But we are going to need to get us some decent weapons. Or not weapons, pickaxes. And I think that's where we're going to start today. And then we've got some ideas already planned out for the Nether Hub, since nothing had really started up yet, and we really want to start getting that cracked on. So I'm going to go ahead and start trying to take care of this. My book still isn't fixed, so no one tell Phoenix that I'm still breaking in to get into here. No one needs to know. But yeah, so I think we're just going to sit here for a bit, see if we can get some XP, and try to get at least 4 good pickaxes put together. Alright, so we came a little underprepared. We managed to finish 3 of them, but we were missing unbreaking on 1. Do I have a junk unbreaking 1? There we go. And let's go ahead and finish this one up. 40 levels should be where's my anvil? Well, that's awkward. There we go. Now, I think what we need for the rest of this is going to be some shulker boxes prepped, and then we'll start kind of explaining what we're going to be doing when we're at the dig site. Do you ever get that just like overwhelming sense of deja vu, like you just finished doing this? but you know that there's no way that you've ever done this. That just washed over me pretty hard. So we filled up our ender chest with a whole bunch of shulkers. Now to fill up our inventory with a whole bunch of shulkers. And I don't know where we put our ender chests. I'm guessing they would be in here somewhere. Right? Yeah, there we go. So we want one of those. And we got some extra chests here. Let's see. I think 26. There we go. And where's our shulker shells? 32. Oh no, we need 52. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And that should clean us up pretty good. So let's do this. Boom. And I think this one's ender pearls. So let's throw that on the ground and yeah. So we want our sword. And what do we got in there? We can throw the sword in there. The spoon. Alright. So I think we are all set. Now let's head to our current Nether Hub. Alright. Well, this is what we currently have, and it's not horrible, but it really doesn't accomplish too much. I mean, it establishes all the directions, and from there everyone's kind of made their own little tunnel. This one actually being the most packed, because we've got Phoenix Basic, myself, Raymundo, Nara. We've also got Decory is down there. I believe Gazoos is also down there. There's a lot of people crammed down this one tunnel. So I want to give more options for everyone to be able to kind of claim their own tunnel and make it a little more personal. So the first thing that has to be done is I need to establish the top border, which is currently where we're at. I'm also thinking we might need to clear out up there before we get too deep. But for now, I need to go out 49 from the center in all directions. So I think the best way to do this is going to be with a time lapse, just because this is going to be a very dig heavy episode. I want to get as much done in this episode as possible so that we can actually start constructing a kind of nether hub that looks really good. So I'm going to hop into that, and I will catch you guys in just a little bit. Alright, so what do you guys think? I mean, this is just the top layer cleaned up, but we got it all cleaned up. As much as we could find up top took quite a few hours to even get up in there. And the only part we left the netherrack was right here because we need to put Timmy's minecart elevator back in, just because a little bit more, it's a more courteous thing to do. But for now, I accidentally broke some pieces, so I'm just gonna stick with it for now. So the next step, I think, is to go ahead and start a farm while we work here. I've got some soul sand here, and I've got a decent bit of nether wart, not nearly enough, so we're gonna have to work with that as we go. But for now, I'm honestly thinking we're just gonna come up with something simple. How far can we reach? I think it's 3, maybe 4. Can I still reach that? Yeah. So this should make planting and harvesting easy. So I'm going to make quite a few rows, as long as I can, 4 wide, just so that we can run through, break apart the nether wart, and just continue to harvest that as we finish digging out the area for the Nether Hub. Alright guys, this should be the last stretch of nether... Stupid pigman! Should be the last stretch of wart to finish up this little nether wart farm being thrown together. So far I'm liking the design, but the downside is that there's always pigmen on top of it, and they don't really cooperate with your decision to actually work, which is a bit of a pain in the butt. But we managed to get a bit extra ourselves, and then Timmy swung by to give us a little bit of a helping hand. I think he just ran off to go to the spawn area to go buy some stuff, but he dropped us off a pretty good bit of nether wart, so I think we're gonna be fine. But the kind of idea behind this is that from here I can break the entire row. I probably actually could have gotten away with one more, but the kind of beauty that I find in this is that you run down one side and run down the other side, and you've pretty much picked up all of the wart that you need, and then you have to do just one painful stroll through the center. And I think it's not the best method, but given the fact that I can't put water in the nether and I'm going to be in here for a little bit longer, I think it serves its purpose. So the next part of this... Oh wait, I should show you guys what we've been up to. Let's see. So we've been killing gas, and I wanted to let you guys know we did get ourselves a magma cube head. We also got ourselves a ghast head, but unfortunately we died and then it got burnt, and yeah, it was a painful experience. But we've got us a stack of gas tiers, which is awesome, and quite a bit of magma cream. So we're kind of setting ourselves up for a good chance to actually finish opening up all of the gates in the end, if we can get lucky and get all of that done. But what I think we're going to do now is finish digging down. I think this layer needs to be dug down about 4 or 5 more. And then we need to start focusing on the inner square, but that should be fairly simple. So I'm going to see if I can find a good angle for this, and I think we should probably just start cracking on with it. So I will catch you guys in just a little bit. Well, I hope you guys found that time-lapse entertaining. Thanks to some of the other members of the servers, primarily Phoenix, Timmy, and the King of All Pie, we've put a massive dent in this place. We've got most stuff worked out already. King went ahead and donated us a whole bunch of poppies to save us from having to use too much bone meal on rose bushes, but I still brought one just in case. Phoenix already smelted us up a little bit of nether brick, but he's currently working on that right now, actually. And King also donated to us quite a bit of glass for this next part. We also made out pretty well with all of these being filled with nether wart, and the rest of this is just kind of here and there junk. I ended up splitting the quartz with the rest of the guys. But what I think needs to happen next for this to actually be finished is that we really need to kind of establish the center point. The whole reason for this is that this lower end, in the future, I'm hoping to actually make it into some pretty massive and awesome ice highways to key points around the server. And this center point is going to house the nether portal, but not quite in the way that it is right now. It's a bit too high to the ceiling. You can't really do too much. You can't expand up at all. So the thought is making a T shape that floats above the ice highway, but is below the main gateways to everyone's base, which are going to be in the wall itself. So for the rest of today's episode, I'm thinking that I want to try and get this all set up, and I'm believing that this is the height that we want to go with. So I want to at least get the initial plus sign figured out, and then from there we can kind of start to work on what the center of this is going to look like. I have a little bit of an idea, but everything's easy and creative. The second you start doing it into survival is when it actually becomes a little more difficult. So give me a few, and I'm hoping that we can kind of come up with something. Okay, so we're going to give this a go, but we need to be fairly careful because, as you can tell, we only got 53 ink sacs, and we don't want to waste any of them. And I don't have... oh, dang it. There we go. I don't have any Soak Touch anymore because I died quite a few times. Actually, I didn't die that much. I more just made stupid mistakes. So the first part is just to fill this in completely with black glass. And this entire platform here is actually going to be made out of glass. I feel like the glass itself lends itself better to this platform, and it's also non-spawnable, so I don't got to worry about gas spawning on it, and we can make it look good and live with it. And that's the kind of mistakes we don't want to be making. So the first thing that we're going to have to do is to make the black spike out. So the thought behind this design is that we're going to go for almost like a sun star kind of feel. So we'll get 4 black points like so scattered around. And then the next thing we're going to do is surround it by red stained glass. So what we need to do is place this down with a rose bush on top of it, and then we'll just bone meal this a couple times. How much does that give us? 13? Yeah, that's plenty. So let's go ahead and get that started. And I don't know why it's been doing that here lately. This update, it's been very finicky on if it's going to close our book or not. So let's see. We need to go 5 out from this point. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then 4 from this point. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 3. And then from there it's just 2, 2, 2. And then we'll continue the pattern like we had before. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like I went too far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we did. So we'll break that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2. Beautiful. And kind of finish that all the way around. And then from there, we need to have a little bit of yellow, but not for yellow. We need it for some orange dye. So I'm glad we didn't use all of our red dye. Okay. Get that started up and make us some orange dye right there. And then let's make us wait for it to come around like that. There we go. Boom. So from there it is 3 to a point from here. So 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And then from there it's 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3 again. Alright, so let's fly up above and see if you guys can kind of get an idea of what we're going for right here. Because this is the majority of 1 star. Of course I flew to the wrong corner, come on. Alright. So that is 1 side of the star done. So we're going to try to get that going on all 4 sides. And then we need to finish the rest of this middle platform. Alright, so we've got a full star in place. Now, the star itself, in my opinion, doesn't look like enough. It's almost got this kind of fiery tint to it, but it doesn't really resonate. So what me and some of the others came up with was kind of a... So you know how when you would draw stars, you would then draw a second star behind it to give it some branches? We're going to go with something similar to that. But for this one, we're actually going to throw in some yellow, which I probably just made a little bit too much, because we probably won't need to make that much. But the highlight itself kind of allows it to pop out from the rest and gives it that sunny look that we're going for. So something like that, and then I'm gonna have to throw in some black stained glass so I can put that last corner in. So let's head up here and get a better look. I'm running pretty low on rockets, so sadly we gotta do the old jump up the stairs, and the bunny hop doesn't help that much. But see how it adds just a little bit more depth to the star itself? So if we can add one of those into each of the 4 corners, and then from there we've kind of got to make this weird octagon that I've kind of come up with. It's almost, it's a lot like my base, how there's kind of like almost a circle-ish square. It doesn't quite fit a circle, but it matches everything else. Almost feels a little, this one actually almost feels more like a spider web because it kind of tries to join everything together. So let's get the spikes in, and then we'll try to figure out the pattern. I actually don't remember how I came up with it in the first place, so this should be fun. Alright. King had to come rescue the day, but that's fine. We have 8 ink sacs remaining from what he gave us, and I was very bad about actually conserving the glass that I need. So this is, for the most part, it for the middle section at least. One mistake was made. There's supposed to be glass right here to round into this, I think. Yeah, that feels right. So I need to fix that on all the edges. And then I need to put slabs on this to make sure nothing's going to spawn on it. To be honest with this whole thing, my biggest fear is that something is going to spawn when I don't want it to. Because just knowing my luck, something's going to spawn. It's going to blow up something. It's going to kill me, and then it's going to start blowing up other stuff. And after that happens, it's just going to all be downhill from there. Oh, Lord. Okay. So we're getting there. It's pretty close to being done. So at this point, I think I'm just really interested to see how it looks from above. Because we've got a little bit of time to spare before I need to call this episode done. And let's see. Oh yeah, that's looking 100 times better than it looked in here before. So let's go ahead and get this glass in, and then I've got a couple small details I want to add in just so that we can call this one a wrap, at least for this episode. I believe next episode we'll come in, start getting some of the walls looking a little nicer, kind of spruce this entire place up, and then also work on some of the decorations in the floor and all that stuff. That should be the last of it. So the last thing remaining for today's episode, I think, is just going to be a way down to the bottom, which really you shouldn't be down there at the moment, and also a way to the top. So what I'm thinking is we just make a simple staircase up. Something that we're actually going to use, though, that not this little rinky-dink thing. So we're going to go about 3 back. I think that should be good enough. And then we'll get all of this carpeted so that everyone can kind of freely use this and not need rockets to get out or need to deface what we've done. But let's see. I think something, it's really crude, but I think something this simple should really get the job done. Something like that. Definitely not my best work, and it's definitely going to need to be cleaned up once we actually start decorating this place, but it's not spawnable, and you can kind of get a gist of how this is going to set up. Underneath each of these staircases is going to be an ice highway, and potentially putting an ice highway in the corners, but that's still kind of up in the air because that one's going to be a bit tougher to actually make. And then, of course, we got stairways up, stairways down, and a nice little central area for our portal. Now, I've got to decide if I'm going to touch that or if I'm going to let Gazoos do it, because those stupid phantoms scare the living daylights out of me all day. And all you can do, every time you walk near here, all you can hear is Rah! It's horrible. But unfortunately, with all that we've actually managed to do today, I think this is going to be about it for today. I think we're probably going to look at finishing up decorating this in the next episode, and then maybe we'll go back to the aquarium in the episode after that. I just want to get this kind of cleaned up and out of the way. That way we can kind of put a little bit of fire under everyone else when it comes to the main hub area and getting that finished. And to be fair, I'm really happy about this. Now, I want to leave you guys with a question. What do you guys think about this portal? Now that I've got everything put in, do you think it's the right size? Do you think it's too small? And if you could make any changes to it, what would it be? I'm really interested to hear what you guys think. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you guys had a wonderful day, and I will catch you guys in the next one.